Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are all doing well today. So after a long day gap, I am making the video. What type of video? So everyone knows the school will be open on 21st September, right? So I am going to discuss the Unlock 4 guidelines, especially the fact that starting on 21st September, okay? The government of India will allow students to visit their school to seek guidance from the teachers. Of course, this has to be a written consent of their parents. The written consent of their parents in the sense now the Union Health Minister has put out in detail 5-page note on the do's and don'ts for the school management, for the teachers, for the school admin staff, for the students and their parents and guardians. Now, as he said, it will be on a voluntary basis, that said, in which has been used in the particular note. Now, what can you do and what you cannot do? This applies both the students as well as for the school management and features. Now, you have seen many trusts like WhatsApp messages have WhatsApp messages that is return the message that is like little often is discussed for like how I have to say. See, if you wanna go to the school, the rule for the school is everything should be in a proper way, and if you are not interested to go to the school, if your parents are not concerned to go, because a lot of parents will thought, okay, if I send to my child, what will happen there? Because this pandemic we don't know what is going to be happen, and in this 21st September we are going to open the schools and that government has allowed the rules and regulations, but it's up to the parents. If they are ready to send their student, sorry, child, they can. And what will be the next procedures for that? So like when you decide to go to school on school mind, one can say that you need to come to school. So for example, when you want to go to the school, no one will force you. A school management or any, no one can able to force you. But it's not like, okay, my teachers are not forcing me, then why can I have to go? Why I have to go there? So it's not up to you. Okay, so if you want to learn something, if you have some doubts, so you can come to school and you can clarify your doubts as well. Okay, and then first point is, the first point you should keep it in your mind that if a parent is allowed to send their child, they can send them. Okay, the second point is over here, when you are going to like, the second point is, it's not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not like that. But if a student, parents are ready to send their child, they can, and school management, they can't able to force the child or parents. But it's up to you. If you want to learn, if you have some doubts, you can come and clarify that exams are not going to cancel, so that you have to keep it in your mind. Okay, and the third point is, you have to like, school premises now, during the time that you spend at school, you need to keep a distance at least 60, like you have to keep a distance from any of your classmates, teachers and any school admin staff. Point number, to use face mask is absolutely mandatory even while the teaching process. For guidance process in on, I just hope school do not insist that the mask have to be in a particular color, that they should cannot be, they should like the mask should be in a particular color. They cannot coordinate with the uniform. For example, someone will say, okay, you have to come with a particular mask For example, a lot of school management will say ki, okay, if we are running a school uniform color mask, we are going to provide that and you have to buy that. So I hope this is not going to happen, because it's not for the stylish purpose, it's the mask is for a safety purpose. Okay, the third point is you have to keep a distance with your friends, with your teachers, with your colleagues. For the teachers also it will apply, and for the management, everyone. Okay, if you are sitting at school, so you are not supposed to interact with your friends, and the management is not going to allow to teach, sorry, to talk or to distribute your notes, pens, pencil, everything. No, that is going to be a strict rule in a class. Okay, that's the third rule. And fourth rule, that you have to keep it in your mind, that mask is compulsory when you are coming to school. If, you have to wear your mask, and you should bring what, sanitizer with you, small bottle of sanitizer. Okay, and I would think that as long as it is good quality, like 3-layer cloth mask, N95 mask, any color mask should ideally be okay, acceptable. Okay, and the next, school to ensure frequent hand washing with soap for 40 to 60 minutes duration, and this will apply even when the hands are not visible dirty. Otherwise, alcohol based sanitizer can be used for 20 seconds. Okay, so the next, I guess for the 20 seconds the sanitizer is going to work. Okay, so frequently you are supposed to wash your hands with soap, that's for 40 to 60 seconds, or else you can't able to go out and you are frustrated to go again and again to wash your hands. You can bring a small bottle of sanitizer and you can apply that on your hands. Okay, it will be better for students to carry their own sanitizer. Okay, and the schools to provide for sure, and the students to be able to use them at the premises. So they are not supposed to delay, and they are not supposed to neglect that. For respiratory etiquettes, and this is important to be strictly for what is recently, that you have to cover your nose and mouth if you're coughing or sneezing, and dispose of that particular tissue immediately. Okay, so when, like, it's not, if you're coughing, if you have a sneezing, so it's not like you have a COVID-19 symptoms, no. But if you have such problem, you can bring a napkin, and when you start sneezing, when you are coughing, um, you have to throw that away. You're not supposed to keep that hanky in your hand. Okay, that particular tissue immediately you have to dispose. So those kind of dustbins need to be provided at different places in the school premises. So when you sneeze, so the dustbin should be available in a class, so that a student can able to go and pull that. That student cannot able to give to the his or her friend, can you please do that? No, they can't able to do that, so they have to do it by themselves. So then, next, I can say you about like painting and, sorry, I would suppose students do not quite intelligent that, but spitting is absolutely prohibited. Okay, so spitting is not a good way. If you are in a school or outside of a school, you are not supposed to spit anywhere. Okay, then okay, and it also talk about the installation of Arogya Setu app. Okay, the next is you have to keep Arogya Setu app in your phone, but I don't think like and I don't know how many students will actually carry a mobile phone, given the fact that otherwise schools environment you are not mean to be carrying your mobile phone. Things have changed a lot in 2020. Schools have to continue with online teaching. Getting students in for guidance does not mean that schools decide to do away with online teaching. That has to consume, that's what the notes is also have to make sure that you do not call, or it is for all students. So here the next point is online Setu app, and then next, it's not like when you, the schools will start, it's not like you're not the online classes are not going to happen, it will continue. The school is only for your comfort. If you are going to the school, you can ask your doubts to the teacher and you can clarify your doubts there. And after your clarification, everything, you can go and you can write by your own. And then the next is what and all that your teachers have sent you the notes and projects, what and all she or he gave. So you are supposed to complete that and you have to submit there. Okay, it's your duty. It's not like, ma'am, I went there, I got like I can't able to do, I can't able to write. It's your loss. So a teacher can't able to do anything. Okay, she had did her work, but what about you? You have to do your work and you can go and you can ask your teacher this particular doubt. Okay, next. So the next point is you're not supposed to skip your notes. And it's not like if you're going to the school, the online classes will shut. No, it's going to continue. Okay. The important factor that only school in non-containment zones can actually be open again. So non-containment zones in that particular area, if there is no case of COVID-19, so they can go and they can open their school, they can interact with the students. Okay. And then if any student or teacher, school admin staff who is residing in a containment zone, he or she cannot come to the school now before the school is reopened for this short voluntary visit from the 21st September. All common areas, the classrooms and lab have been sanitizer, sodium, like sodium hypochlorite solution, right? No assemblies for sports events, absolutely no. But what to notice is that weather for meeting in different towns and cities depending on the weather condition classes. Okay, so here the next point is everything should be sanitized. When you're going and sitting in a class, that place should be sanitized. When you're going out of the class, after that, the particular place should be sanitized. No school or management can able to delay that, so they have to use. And then the class in this particular time, the government like they have allowed to open the schools from 21st September, but after a week they are going to see any cases or any improvements is going on. If in a school a lot of students getting benefits, so they can continue that. If they open, some students like if they can't able to understand, a lot of parents will say, no, I am not convinced with the offline class, I am ready to do online class to my child, so please continue that online class. So it depends on parents and it depends on a government. Okay, so then next, everything should be sanitized. When you're going to the school, it's your responsibility. You should check your place before sitting there. Okay, it's your safety. It's for your safety. If no one did means you have a right to ask that particular place is not sanitized, that's dirty, and I can't able to sit there. You can say it. Then, and next thing is whether the condition classes. Okay, the next thing, whether the condition classes for this kinds of study interaction can be held in open area, because that's what kind of allow and facility physical distance in between the teachers and between student students between students. So instead of sitting in a class, a teacher or a management have a right so that that particular students, a group of students, can go out of the class and they can sit with physical like social distancing, and then the teacher can start his or her class with wearing a mask. Okay, then okay, the next is what kind of allow facilities physical distance. So I told you about the physical distance is mandatory. So, and you can be allowed schools to schools pulse oximeter. Okay, the next is school pulse oximeter that has to be arranged in the school premises. Oximeter. So, when a student enter in a class, oximeter is compulsory. Okay, and then Next point over here, like I told you about the oximeter, it's mandatory, and then thermal screening at the school. In 3 points, no visitor to the school. The next is no visitor to the school. If a student is inside the class, no unknown person or parents, no one can able to enter the class without any guidelines. Okay. Then posters on COVID-19 to be displayed prominently. No sharing of textbooks, pencils, pen, erasers, like water bottles between students. Absolutely prohibited. Okay. The next is you are not supposed to share your a single thing, or it starts from eraser to a water bottle. So you are not supposed to share with anyone. It's your duty. You have to bring everything so that it will be safe aside. It's your responsibility. And again, I'm telling it's your life, your responsibility, and you have to think on that. Okay. Next, and then the next is best friend. Okay, so if you are with your friend, you're not supposed to interact with that friend as well. So this one you have to keep it in your mind. No one can able to talk with anyone without mask, and you can't able to share your things. So don't think, okay, I'll go to the school and I'll buy and I'll borrow one of my friend notebook and I'll write that. No, you're not supposed to do that. And I am going to request the parents as well, so they can they can strictly advise to their child. They are not supposed to say, or they are not supposed to give anything to them. Okay, it's important. And no canteen, and you are not supposed to go and sit in a canteen as well. Remains your canteens remain shut. Now what to know does not quite specified in how much time can students be allowed. So here I told you about don'ts. So here you're not supposed to do the things, and what you have to do the things. Okay, what and all you have to bring, and what you can't able to do. The first point I said about the mask, and then the second point I said about a sanitizer. So and third point is all about the social distancing. Fourth point is all about you're not supposed to interact with your classmate. You are not supposed to give and take policy, it's not there. Okay, and then next, COVID-19 pamphlets, like in a school everything it should be visible, and you can able to know, okay, this is a COVID time, so you can't able to ignore that. It's a pandemic year, and it's a danger year, everyone knows that, right? And then next, when you're going to sit in a class, you are supposed to check your place. Is it sanitized? Is it clean? If not, you have a right to ask your management and your principal to say, ma'am, my place is not sanitized and I can't able to sit there. Okay. And then next, you have supposed to bring a hand key. So cursive, like hand key, you have to bring that when you're sneezing, or else bring tissue papers. Everyone have the tissue papers, right? So when you're going to school, you can bring a tissue papers, or that will you can buy from 25 rupees. Yeah, it's just 25 rupees a bundle of tissue papers, so you can keep it in your bag. Okay, when you're going, or else if you're sneezing, you can take it out and throw it back, and there will be a dustbin. Okay, so these are the important points. Keep it in your mind, or else you can write it down, so that it will help you when you're entering in the school. Okay. So next, the things I'm going to share you what and all, like how, why they are opening the schools, and how many hours the schools will run, and what and all will be the procedures. Mhm. So here, school premises can one do like 1 hour. There is some kind of outer limit to how much time students can spend at school. We do not know that is here, and I guess that would differ from school to school, from students to students, and also how much time the parent can or willing to send their students to the school for parents. If they decide to give this written consent to the children to go to school, we need to take utmost care to ensure that this travel by means of transport that is absolutely necessary, because having spent well like 6 months, so everyone, like, we have crossed 6 months, right? So we have spent 6 months at home. Now it's still home kind of economy. Want what would not want to take any risk, right? No one want to take any risk at this stage, right? So yeah, I can't say ki how much time a particular student can come, and everyone knows there will be a shifting time. So a school have that right, so they can call the particular students on the particular time, and parents will get to know ki on what time they have to do, blah blah blah. Okay. Then next, on 24th September, if parents are choosing to send their student to school for an hour or 2 or 3 hours, let them kind of ensure that the transport that the travel by is absolutely safe from a COVID-19 point of view. Okay. So a lot of students will come from villages and they won't have their own vehicle, and they'll go for the transport by bus. Okay. So according to COVID-19 point, you say like you so that it is muted from the Ministry of Health concern that school management. I personally forwarded this particular note to a few principals, and it was yesterday evening when it came to me also, in the interest of this student community, because it will take a while, and this is as said in the earlier video, some kind of a dress rehearsal taking place before the government of India decides that schools can now be reopened. So how this kind of voluntary visits by students to school go, that will actually decides whether the school can intend, like whether the school can open for a longer period of time or classes. So this and keep it in your mind. So this is going to start for the classes 9 to 12. It's not for 8, it's not for 7, 6, 5. No, it's for 9 to 12. Whether schools can be reopened for the senior classes? No doubt. Sometime like if it's open post the Sarah or perhaps post Diwali. So yeah, this is what I wanna tell you about rules and regulations and guidelines that you have to keep it in your mind. I know a lot of students will know the things, but I want to share from my side. I don't want anyone to come without any idea ki what's going to happen. Okay, so this is the end of your video. I hope this is clear to you, and let me revise it again. I know it's going too heavy, but it's okay. I need you to understand. Okay, shall we revise it? Good. Okay. So the first point, sanitizer is important. Second point, mask is important. Three-layer mask. You can buy the three-layer mask like N95 mask. Okay, three-layer N95 mask is there. That's safe. Really, seriously, believe me. If you're wearing N95 mask, that's actually very very safe. Okay. So I personally request to the parents so they can buy a mask and they can give to their child, and you have invest a lot of money to your child, right? So during this time, a lot of parents will come and they say like, I purchased new phone because of my child, because of the online classes, I purchased that books, I purchased these books. That's good. Don't behave like a miser. So you can buy a N95 mask so that your child will be safe. Okay. And I'll request to the parents, please 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 give your ideas, give your thoughts to to your child, and please be strict to the child. They are not supposed to open their mask, they are not supposed to share anything, they are not supposed to sit in unhygienic place. Okay. And okay, let's back to the points. First, sanitizer is important. Second, mask is important. Third, social distancing is very very important. And the fourth, is if you are going to sit in a place, that place should be sanitized. Fifth main important thing, and this point should I have to keep in a first, it's okay. So the fifth point is, if a parent is ready to send his child, I hope everyone is ready to send, because they have first aided with the child and they want to send their child to the school, and so that they can he can earn he or she can earn in a better way. Okay. Then the sixth, it's not like if you are opening the schools, it's not like your online classes is going to close. No, it's going to continue. Okay, it's going to continue without any delay. Then the seventh point is, he I don't know on what time and what shift a particular student will fall, but you have to follow the rules and regulations what and all the school will apply on a student and as well as for the parent. And the eighth point, if the school starts, you are not supposed, like not you in the sense unknown person, it's not supposed to enter the class without any what? Without any, like they have made some conditions to them, right? So they have oximeter and thermometer they have kept there. So without that test, they are not supposed to allow in a class. If you are sneezing, I'm requesting you to please buy a bundle of tissue paper so that you can keep it with you and you can be safe aside with your side. And then next is, it's not on 21st September it's opening, but I can't say it's going to continue or stop. It's all up to the parents and students and then as well to the government. If the student is okay with this thing, if the parents are okay with the things, they ask. If the parent think, okay, my child is safe at school, not such kind of news came right now. It's not like you have to break your child should be in a safe place, right? So I'll suggest if your safety in your hand. The first thing is your safety in your hand. If you want to be safe, if you want your child should be in a safe place, please do the things what and all I'm sharing here. It's not my thoughts, it's a government guidelines that I'm sharing you with a brief manner so that you can able to understand as well. Okay, so I think I have covered every points. Yeah, and the main important, you're not supposed to skip your notes. Okay, so you have to complete your notes with a neat, and you should bring that note to the teacher. And when you are coming to the school, keep one thing in your mind: you are coming only to ask your doubts, not to gossip there, not to sit and chit chat with your friends. No, okay. If that happens, a school management will cancel the particular students to enter the school because they are not accepting the rules and they are neglecting it. So it's our duty to do that. Okay, student. So this is the end of the video. I hope everything is clear and all the best. You are going to enter the school after a week and after 2 weeks, and then what? Yes. So after a week, I think. Okay. So you're going to enter the school. You're going to leave a school life, but that bundle of conditions. It's not like you can come, you can share your foods, you can share your foods. No, no, no. Say no to everything. Your friends, your colleagues, well, it's applicable for the teacher as well. It's applicable for me as well. If I am entering the class, if I wear the mask, if I am safe aside, I can remove only to teach the students. It's not like, okay, I am safe, so I can come without sanitizing myself. No. Okay. So yeah, this is the end. I think I have said for the third time this is okay. So till then, take care, be safe, respect your parents and what and all they are going to say, obey them, and be ready to enter in your class. Till then, ta-ta.